Hello everyone, this is Don once again. This morning I had the pleasure of observing the maiden flight for UPS from CVS to make their first commercial drone delivery here in the Villages. What you're seeing here is the pre-flight checks that were being done by the pilot. She just disconnected the ground service battery and shifted over to the flight battery inside the aircraft. The aircraft they're using here is a maiden M2 that was designed for UPS for just this purpose. It differs considerably from the consumer level drone that I fly. It has more safety features and it has a greater payload. But surprisingly, it has about the same range and flight time as the Phantom 4 Pro that I fly. There is a big difference in size though, as you can see in this next picture. The UPS aircraft is about 4 foot tip to tip on the propellers, whereas mine is about 14 inches tip to tip, which is about the same size as one of their propellers. So UPS is operating their aircraft under Part 135 of the Code of Federal Regulations, Section 14, whereas I and other commercial drone pilots, we operate ours under Part 107. The big difference is they're carrying a payload for hire, ours is mainly photography. Part 135 flying carries with it a lot more certification and qualification requirements for both the aircraft, the operator, and the pilot. But with that comes greater flexibility in flight. These aircraft will be allowed to fly over people, over moving vehicles, whereas under Part 107 that's not allowed. This extra flexibility is critical for making drone delivery possible in the near future. This first flight today started at the CVS at the intersection of County Road 466 and Belvedere Boulevard, and it flew to the New Covenant United Methodist Church. The aircraft landed and the payload was transferred to a golf cart where the final delivery to the residence was made. This maiden flight was merely a test, and the first of many to be conducted today and over the next several days as UPS slowly works out the details on how to make this drone delivery model possible. That was a Mavic Mini you heard in the background taking off to film the actual flight. As you can see, there's still a lot of work to be done, ironing out the details and the pre-flight checks to make this a lot more time and monetarily efficient. The final checks are now done and they're getting ready to take off. The motors are now running and the aircraft is getting ready to take off. The aircraft quickly ascends to about 200 feet and then makes its flight. Once at its cruising altitude, the aircraft will go all the way to the United Methodist Church, land, and unload its package. This first flight was a success and was completed without any problems. This is the aircraft making its return trip and getting ready to land. The aircraft is going to get a GPS and ground fix and then start its descent. and now it's executing its landing maneuver. So that ends the flight. It was a very successful maiden flight. Obviously a lot more to go to make this a successful venture, but it's baby steps, one step at a time.